What's up everybody, it's Jay here, and sorry it's been so long since I put out a video. I've just been dealing with a lot right now. Graduated in December for my undergraduate degree at St. Mary's University, so won't be going to school anytime soon. I'll be working for a few years, hopefully the police department here in San Antonio, Texas. And yeah, let's get straight into the nitty-gritty of the video. The purpose of this video is to, one, make an announcement. This coming weekend, which is the 28th, I believe, the weekend of the 28th or the 27th, San Antonio X Factor is holding tryouts for the pro team. So if you think you got what it takes to make it to the pro level, come down to San Antonio X Factor Paintball Park and show them what you got. I believe it's $45 a case, $5 for entry and all-day air. If you make it to Sunday cut, make sure you book your hotel or your motel, wherever you want to stay, for overnight. Again, the park is X Factor Paintball Park of San Antonio, so look it up on Google, get directions for the map. If you feel like coming down and showing X Factor what you got and see if you can make it in the pro level, then come do it. Secondly, I'm going to finally do the review and rating of the Empire Prophecy Z2. So there's good things about it and there's bad things, so I'm going to start off with the good things just to get rolling on a good note. One, its profile is very sleek, it's very low, almost the same size as the rotor. If you've seen my unboxing video, I compare the two side by side. Almost the same size. The rotor is still a little bit smaller, not by much though. So the Prophecy Z2 is very very low profile, so you won't have to deal with the big bulkiness of the previous generations of the Prophecy. Another good thing is that these plastic guards here for the switch prevent the loader from turning on. Let's say if you carry it in your gear bag. I know a lot of people who've had the previous generation Prophecies have them in their gear bag, and for some reason the switch is always on. And when it comes to game time, they need batteries because apparently it's been running in their gear bag without them knowing it. So that was a good addition. The anti-jam buttons, the forward and back buttons, those were good additions. The rip drive, comes standard with the rip drive, that was a plus. Pretty much the price, the price range that this thing is at is a very big plus. So if you're on a budget, you can't go wrong with the Prophecy Z2. As far as everything else, I'm going to go ahead and list quite a number of cons that I feel the Prophecy Z2 has to it. One would be, and of course any kind of paintball equipment that's in this color, this particular color, which is matte black, scratch is easy. That's just me being nitpicky about the way things look, because I love to keep my stuff clean. I like it to look nice and neat when I'm not using it. Of course, on the paintball field, anything goes. I'm getting dirty, I'm there in a snake, crawling on my stomach, I'm down low, getting into the ground, and obviously in the game it doesn't matter. But when I'm done with the game, I like for my equipment to look very clean and neat, because I just I take care of my stuff. So that's one thing, is that this thing scratches up easily. So, but that's anything that's in that particular color. Sorry, I got the flu right now, so if I cough or sneeze, I apologize. Another thing is that when I went to play this past weekend, for some reason, I have no idea how this happened, but when I ended up Superman sliding into the snake, I did a really hard slide, and for some reason the loader's nose cone was hanging off by that much. I don't know if you can tell. That's very scary. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what happened. I didn't touch the loader at all. It must have been when I slid on the ground, and for some reason it just came loose and it was starting to come off. So what I did was I took the loader completely out of the feed neck, and I snapped the cone back on. Obviously you can do it here just by doing that, but that was a very scary feeling for me, because I felt like, oh no, that's $160 down the drain. I don't want that to happen. So that scares me. That's a big con that I've experienced. I don't know if anybody else has had an issue with that, but for me, experiencing that this weekend was caused a big blow to my to my impressions on the Z2. Another thing would be that it's jammed about twice on me, and the 2 times that it's jammed on me, using the anti-jam button did not work. Well, actually, one time it worked, and the other it didn't. It wouldn't jam, so I had to actually remove the loader from my paintball gun in game, and had to pretty much lose all the paint that I had in my loader, open the cone, emptied out the inside of the loader to get it working again, then had to fill up again and waste a pot of paint. So I was pretty upset about that. I didn't feel like it lived up to its expectation of just automatically unjamming the loader. But that's the second thing that I've had issues with. The third thing is just when it's sitting on the gun. This is just me being very detail oriented. I'm very detail oriented and scared about a few things. But if you can take a look at my gun right now, okay, with my pinky, I'll be able to push the loader down. I don't know if you can see, but it looks like the loader isn't sitting very sturdy inside the feed neck here. So when I push it down, it feels like it has the possibility of snapping off, and that's very, very scary. It's been durable on the field, but knowing that the nose cone has slipped almost halfway, an eighth of a way off from the loader, and that it feels that fragile. To me, that's just a big negative. So I don't feel like having this particular loader gives me the peace of mind that if I take a super hard slide and I end up sliding into a hard bunker, let's say I'm playing HRL in Houston and I slide into let's say a hyperball bunker, and I end up hitting the back, who's to say that it won't snap off? It's scary. I don't want that to happen. So as far as that's the fourth, I believe, negative. First one was just the color. Second one was the nose falling off. Third one was a jam. Fourth was the fragileness that it shows here. Fifth one is pretty much just being nitpicky again. It's the batteries that it takes. It takes 4 AA batteries, while the rotor only takes 3. So that means you can only, let's say you buy a pack of 12, you can use those batteries only 3 times, while the rotor can use it 4. So to me, I don't know. There's just, it doesn't completely satisfy my my worries. It doesn't calm my worries down of how fragile the thing looks. I know with the previous versions of the Prophecy, they were very fragile. The cones cracked a lot. The shells were always breaking and stuff like that. So this is a step higher than what it was before, but it's still, in my opinion, too fragile. It still just doesn't satisfy me in terms of, oh, well, this is the best loader out there. I still believe the Die rotor is the best loader out there, and that's why I've sold the Z2, and I'm planning to send it to another owner, and hopefully he has a better experience with it than I do. And final con that I've had about this loader wasn't really the loader itself, but it was the Empire Prophecy speed feed. The thing about this is I bought it about 4 days ago, I'm sorry. Bought it on Saturday, this past Saturday. It's Wednesday now. And for some reason when I took it out of the box, the little flaps here, they were so stiff. And paying $25 plus tax for a piece of plastic with little rubber flaps in it, you would think that they would work the way it should. Paying that much for just a piece of plastic with magnets in it, with little rubber flaps on it, you'd be able to just put your pot in there, have the paint fall in, and then that's that. No, these were hard as shit. Okay, these were just stiff. What I had to do the day after I played with it, because the day that I played with it, I tried to load a pod in there, and only about a third of the pod of paint went inside the loader because I had to, shake it rigorously, and only about a third of the paint made it in. When I finally let go of the pod, I noticed that there was like paint flying everywhere on the floor, and it was retarded. So what I did was I stuck a pod in there and left it there overnight and took it back out, and now it's a little better, but I'm still not pleased that it came the way it did. So if you're looking to buy a speed feed for the Z2, go ahead and buy the Exalt speed gate, the new one that they came out with. Don't buy the Empire one because it is crap, at least from my experience. Other people might have had the regular one where it was nice and already soft. I had a bad experience with one. Maybe I got a lemon. Who cares? All I know is that this one was a piece of shit. As far as me rating the loader, I would probably rate it an 8 out of 10, just because of all the, not problems I've had with it, but just the bad experiences. I mean, those things can be easily fixed, and I'm sure that I'm just being paranoid, maybe, but it doesn't really satisfy my criteria of being, the top super loader. I still think the die rotor is the best loader on the market right now. They're just top notch. Everything's solid. Everything's just, built to last. It works on 3 batteries, and that thing runs forever on 3 batteries. This runs forever on 4 batteries. But as far as me rating it, I'm still gonna rate it an 8 out of 10. Would I recommend it to other people? Yeah, I would recommend it if you're on a budget and you want like one of the top loaders out there. I would recommend the Z2 for you. Hopefully you have better experiences than I did with it, but if you're on a budget, it's only $160 plus tax compared to the die rotor, which is like $199 plus tax. So that's a big jump. It's about $50, but for me, I'd rather have peace of mind, and spend the extra $50 to get the die rotor. So if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and post them under the video. Like the video, it'll help me out a lot. Favorite the video, subscribe, all that great stuff. And hopefully within the next few months, I will start putting up GoPro videos. I have the GoPro, I just need to start playing a lot more and posting those up for you. And alright, so hope to see you at the next video, and thanks for watching.